Hi knitters, how are you this afternoon? This is Recreational Knitting, and I'm Karen, your hostess, vlogmas person, knittress, 1 year older. Thank you for all the birthday wishes yesterday. Sorry I cheated and didn't do a bigger vlogmas, but it was my birthday. May not have a whole lot more, you never know. Anyway, if you're new to this podcast, I'd like to welcome you. I have been living with my husband in an RV since December 2019 when we left Florida to go to all the national parks. Initially, we thought 18 months. Here we are 3 years later. We're currently in Charlotte, North Carolina, where my brother-in-law and sister-in-law live. We came to visit them in I guess the first 2 weeks of November, and we're going to spend Thanksgiving with them, but decided to get some medical work done. So we're here for a while, and looks like at least through February. So the adventure begins, and you're saying, why is she sitting like this today? Well, it's not like I can't sit up, but I'm resting on all my knitting bags. This is the WIP parade of shame. Trust me, it's shameful. Oh well, it is what it is. Anyway, welcome. Those of you that have been with me a while, thanks for coming back. I do appreciate it. Again, I appreciate all the birthday wishes yesterday. It was so sweet. It meant the world to me. It really did. Thank you so much. Another year older. Still not any smarter. Because you're going to see the WIP parade. All right, let's dig in. Kept in my Harrisville design bag is my lavender, lilac, whatever you want to call it, sweater in the making. It's all wrinkled because I haven't worked on it in probably 2 weeks, probably since I started this vlogmas. It's wrapped up, ready to go. As soon as I finish vlogmas, this will probably be a priority. So this is ready to rock and roll and get off the needles. I just have 2 sleeves. All right, number 1. Number 2. Those of you that have been with me a while know this one. This is the sweater from you know where. For me. The ranunculus, the ranunculi. I did have to order, in my defense, I did have to order a 12-inch, 9, size 9 or 10, whatever it calls for, large needle, which I did not have. And it took a couple weeks for that to come in. It is now in, but that's how much I've gotten through this. This will again be a priority once Vlogmas and the holidays are over. Okay, number 2. I've got some on the floor too. How about if I start taking them off the floor? That's 2. 2 mints in 1. Remember that commercial? I'm a bad mother-in-law. I need to finish this. This is a scarf that I started back in the summer when it was too hot to knit on it. It's made with Briggs and Little wool. Scarf from my son-in-law. Haven't touched it in a couple months. Keeping this in a Bahram U. Knit Happy Knit Yorkshire. My bag. Number 3. Number 4 is my pair of socks that I'm knitting for a friend. These are a priority right now. I've been knitting. This is my first foray into a 9-inch needle. Not happy with it yet so far. That's why I haven't sped through these. The last time I showed you a couple days ago, I was there. So I keep making progress. Those will have charcoal heels. And this is made with Patton's Croy socks. That's number 4. Oh boy. Number 5. This should be off the needles by now. This is ridiculous. I have a hoe and like almost to the end of this. So this should be a priority. It hasn't been. This is just some scrap yarn. This is earth sock yarn. And I'm not sure what the blue is, but it's beautiful. And yes, it's cloudy and rainy. It must have rained a half a foot overnight. It was crazy. Yes, crazy, crazy. And this is number, number embarrassing. Anybody else have more than 5? Because I do. You know what this is. This has been my advent of sorts, since I'm not buying yarn for, you know, minis. I am, though, using up scrap yarn, which is probably much better. At least I'm telling myself, since I have a bazillion works in progress. That's been a couple days ago, I think I last showed you. Made good progress on that. I happen to think that this is just going to be lovely when this is done. Habitation Throw by Helen Stewart in a variety of colors. All right. Number 6. This I've been working on pretty diligently just because it's easy to take with me. This is, don't tell me that's a drop stitch. Oh dear, it is a drop stitch. Way back here, yeah. Oh dear. This is what happens when you don't follow, and I don't have anything to, I'll leave this out. These are Heal with a Difference. And I'm liking it. This is what the heel looks like. It kind of goes in a V down here. And then the heel turn. And that whole V thing makes the gusset, the heel, and now I'm back on the ribbing. These are just going to be some shorties for me. I'm leaving that out, but it's number 7. That I haven't forgotten. Some needles here that came from somewhere. I'm not sure. Put that in the bag. Are we counting? Number 8. Something else I haven't touched this whole Christmas season, and I wanted to have it completed. Ugh. This is my, I can never remember the name of it. What is wrong with me? Exordium shawl. It's a paid for pattern, and it truly is lovely. But again, I haven't touched it for several weeks. And that's number 8, I hear everybody saying. Yay! And that's kept in my Fat Squirrel Fibers bag, which I really like. A little drawstring here. It's very nice. We're getting there. This is a relatively new cast on, maybe a month ago. This is another anchor sweater. And I'm on my 4th, going into my 5th. Sorry about that. Max hears somebody in a truck. So that's number 9. Last bag. Better show you the cute part. I think this is a Delicue. Oh, this is not. This is just a bag of yarn. So technically, I'm still in the single digits. That's a really good thing. Yeah, this is just yarn that hasn't been caked up yet. So I'm down to 9. So in the new year, we're going to have a knit along, for lack of a better word. The directions will be down in the in my drop down menu, whatever that thing is called, and it's going to be hashtag WIP be gone. B is spelled just with the letter B. Okay, WIP be gone 2023, and you can put any of your finished objects starting January 1st as finished. Until then, go on to Ravelry, join the Recreational Knitting Podcast channel, and there's 3 threads on there. One is the instructions. Second one is where you'll take a photograph of your work in progress, and the third is where you'll post a picture of your finished objects. Now, I can't be the only one with 9 bags of knitting that need to be accomplished. Plus, then I have a whole list that's in this bag that's going to become something. So join us. Be great. There will be prizes. There will be encouragement. You can chatter all you want. You can chatter here, you can chatter there, you can chatter everywhere. It doesn't matter. It's nice to have a group of people who love the same things as you do. I know we're all in virtual knitting, real knitting, pretend knitting groups. I miss that. I miss the real life knitting group. And that's one of the reasons I started this podcast. The other thing that we're doing is and you can still join and be eligible, because I decided I wasn't going to pick a winner for the 750 giveaway until after Christmas. There's just too much going on with our health, physical therapy, Luke's knee, my knees. So I've just decided to wait until after Christmas to pick on that. So if you're new here and have not subscribed, you're still eligible. Hit the subscribe button, hit a like button, comment down below where you're from if you're new. And the rest of you, I encourage you to comment on each other's threads. Wow, words. Yeah. And get to know each other. Okay, I have a question for you today, and then I'm going to leave you alone. For Christmas morning, if you celebrate Christmas, or if you celebrate something else during this season, if you celebrate Hanukkah, do you have a traditional breakfast that when you have your family with you? Do you have that on Christmas Day? Do you not do that because you're opening presents? Do you just have coffee? What is your tradition as far as waking up Christmas morning? Excuse me. Our family always went to my grandparents' house to open those presents from my grandparents on Christmas Eve, and that's when we would have our dinner. Then the Christmas Day, we would wake up and see all the presents from Santa. I changed, and then we would go to my grandmother Nelson's and have a holiday dinner of some sort with her and my aunt and uncle and their families. And that changed a little bit from year to year. You know how it goes when you've got to share families. So when my kids were born, I said I would always have Christmas Day at our house, that it wouldn't be at a grandparent's house, because that meant that Santa couldn't know where you were, even if you told him. And it was, kind of a hardship to take all the toys, if you get a bike, to 2 states away. So we always had Christmas breakfast the night before, always carrying on that tradition that I had from a child, that we would have Christmas Eve dinner. And we would open gifts from the the bigger family, extended family. And then on Christmas morning, we would have a huge breakfast. But the kids would wake up, we would, take the big VHS camcorder out, videotape them. That's what everybody did back then. And watch their expressions and let them play with their toys a bit. And I would go out and I would make a big breakfast. And typically we would have sausages and bacon and eggs and homemade bread that I would toast, or English muffins, or something of that sort. And whatever else people wanted on the menu. But that was just for my family. And then after my parents would come down, and because they lived right next to us, and they would also be there. And then when my mother passed away, it was just my father that would come down. So what did your family do for breakfast on Christmas morning? Was it not such a big deal because you were going to make a bigger meal at the end of the day? Yeah. Let me know in the comments below. It's fun to see what other people in different countries do. I know Australia, you're in the middle of your summer, and living in Florida, we would go to the beach on Christmas Day. That's just what we would do. And I'm okay. Now, if I had little kids, it might feel differently. But leave your comment, and I'll see you tomorrow. Bye-bye now. Bye.